Hey guys, I'm gonna start updating my Patreon with some stuff that is definitely not YouTube or Facebook, TikTok friendly. I think on Patreon you can post stuff without being censored, but I do want to start off the first video with something I can post on here. A lot of these are blacked out repressed memories. I don't normally put trigger warnings on stuff, but I'll just make a playlist so you know it's all trigger warning, and I'll just put like Carnagias childhood trauma trigger warning story number 1, and it'll be short, so I don't do clickbait. It'll be short and to the point, like, you know, no more than 5 minutes probably. But I want y'all to, because 99% of you parents assume things, and most of the time it's like, oh, well, that's just normal. Everybody else does it. That would never happen. We don't live in that kind of neighborhood. Um, but Satan has demons everywhere. And he knows if he can get to your children before they can, Satan knows if he can get to them before the Lord can, meaning like they're not raised in the church, so they don't have their protection, the full armor of the Lord on. I know it's a little nuanced, but you get the point I'm making. You just don't want to put them in a devilish, satanic environment. You want to keep them in a holy, sanctified, righteous, in the name of the Lord environment, which effectively means never letting them leave the house or sheltering them, which is totally the right thing to do if you stop and think about it. But the first story is when I was probably about 3 or 4, I was in daycare. And by the way, I have photographic memory all the way to about 1 year old. Now, I can't recall every single thing from 1 year old, but there's certain things that I remember like it's yesterday, and I'm 36. It's just a gift the Lord gave me, so I can share this with y'all. And the more I tell these testimonies and stories, you'll start to see that I'm not lying, which I don't. I'm not making this up anyway. I'm trying to make the Patreon free, so everybody can see it, but I think it has to be like $1 at the minimum. I'm not sure. There may not be a way around that. Maybe it's because Patreon has to get paid too. I'm not sure. I'll look at it today. But when I was about 3 or 4, I was in daycare, and it was sunny out here in Louisville, Kentucky. My mom would have been still going to nursing school at that time. No, she would have been working at Bank of America, actually. Yeah. And I was at the daycare. It was the daytime. It was bright out. It was like probably spring or summer, and it was warm out. And I specifically remember they had that little green turtle sand thing, and I'd always open it up and I would eat the sand. I don't know why. I would just eat the sand, which can't be healthy. And I mean like handfuls of it. And then I remember it started to get a little bit darker. Like the sun started to come down like a little bit. Like the sun got, like clouds came over. And it got a little bit dimmer, but it was still bright out. But the clouds were over the sun. And I was trying to open the door to get into the daycare center, and it wouldn't open. So yes, what you're about to think happened. The reason I emphasize the daylight is because it had got significantly dimmer by the time it was pretty much like cloudy, kind of like that outside. So imagine it's sunny all day and the cloud comes, it started to get like that level of dark. So I was out there for that long, which might have been at least like an hour or two. Probably more like 3. But that's not the worst part. I've been bipolar my whole life, so I was definitely having a manic depressive breakdown. I was having, I already had abandonment trauma and all these other things. And so I was having like a 3 year old, 4 year old life crisis, like needing like lithium or Valium or like a Xanax or something for children, you see. And they do have those things, believe me. I've taken them all since I was little. Um, Anything they have for adults, they have for children. It may not be the same. It's not the same dosage. It's like a children's Tylenol versus a regular Tylenol. And so I was hysterical and I was crying the whole time from the time that I couldn't open. Because basically I was playing in the sandbox. I was having fun. And then there was like a little playground swing thing. I was messing around with that little kitty stuff in the back. And if you have, you know, toddlers, you know that they don't really have like a great big space of room for the smaller daycares. It's kind of like a, you know, smaller play area, but it's big enough for toddlers to play on, which would be the equivalent of like a bigger kid playground or regular park. And so, probably after about 30 minutes of the 3 hours being out there, and I'm guesstimating, but it was definitely at least between 2 and 3 hours easily. And the reason I know that is because the sun and the light, but then also um, being bipolar, we can like cry hysterically all day long, like nonstop. Just like you think you would like, it's like you have a water bottle and you empty it and you think there's no water in it. Well, normal people have so much water in their water bottle tears, and then they're gone. And then it kind of changes to like snot or sinuses or sniffling or whatever. But with my bipopo folks, we just have an infinite supply until we pass out or fall asleep, basically, or we just stop. But the point I'm making is when you're in that state, you cannot stop. So with that being the case, it's cold in here. With that being the case, oh, hold on a second. Sorry, my my baby sister's sleeping. She was working a wedding yesterday. I forgot she had fell asleep. Um, but I was so hysterical, crying uncontrollably, inconsolably, that I had so much tears forming up and caking on my face that my entire face looked like ashy. So it looked like grayish, silver, whitish. If you have children and you've seen them get like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And actually, it looked just like this in the fireplace right here. It looked just like this, like that powder. That's what it looked like. The silver, light silver gray part. That's what it looked like. And my mom picked me up, and obviously she about, you know, burnt down the whole daycare. My point is, people, parents, y'all need to use your brain and stop assuming. It's like assuming there's a pool over there. That's assuming that the lifeguard is like always going to be on watch, and because there's a lifeguard there, that your kid won't drown. But you know your kid can't swim. So why are you not watching your kid? Why are you being a lazy garbage parent? Because that's what you are. If you're putting the full responsibility of another person that's not you or the dad or mom to watch your kid, you suck as a parent. Now, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, like a close family member, yes. But your oldest son should not be your daughter's dad. He should be the big brother, right? That's my point. You shouldn't be passing off any responsibility as a parent to anybody else. Now you can delegate, have date night, whatever. I'm not I'm not being condescending towards that. I know that you can't watch your kid 24/7, 365 because you have to work or other things. I'm just saying that you need to know for damn sure that who you're leaving them with, they're trustworthy and they're vetted and that they're not going to bring trauma because life lasting trauma, that one event can make someone have trauma that they can never recover from. They can be an addict, a lost soul. The same way that the lifeguard could have let your kid drown. It's the same thing. You're effectively killing their spirit. But that could have been avoided if all you would have done is just been a present parent. That's my point, is being a present parent. If you go and watch my videos, me and my cats were homeless for like about 9 days or so, 8 or 9 days. They didn't leave my side. You see what I mean? That's a present parent. And what have I said? I'd never leave them. I'd always be with them. I won't give them up or nothing like that. And I didn't. So, that's a present parent. That's a parent that loves their children and that cares. And that's how I am with Harley, Quinn, and Joker, and Raider. That's my sister's dog. He's my dog now. I'm like that with all the animals. I love all the animals, even regardless if they're my pets or not. I love them all. So, hey pup, need a pup, little snaggletooth. Show him that snaggletooth, little boy. Let him see it. There it is. You see that snaggletooth? What you doing with that snaggletooth, little boy? What you doing, boy? Get out of her curtains, little man. But yeah. So, oh, and well, I don't know if I can say this. I guess I'm just gonna have to use. Where's the Yoda doll? So I say this Yoda doll is 3 months old. There was a thing in the news the other day where a daycare worker took this 3-month-old Yoda doll and went like that. See? Like this, y'all. You can see. And Yoda's arm got broken. I'd be in jail. That ain't even my kid. It don't even matter. See, this is why I don't go out. I can't deal with people like that. I will be in jail, y'all. I will be in jail for your child. I don't tolerate that. I have a zero tolerance for that. Zero. Same thing with children. I mean animals. Women, disabled people, anybody. But the thing about being a man is if you're a healthy man and you can fend for yourself, we're on our own and we're fine. Whatever happens, happens. That's being a man. We're good. We're good. I'm extremely sick, but I'm still a man. I'm still strong. You see? It's just when you're sick, you don't have as much stamina. That's basically kind of like a simple way to put it, you know. But if push came to shove, most men that are sick, they still got their strength that God gave us, and we're still men. Whereas other people are more frail, and especially women, the weaker sex. If there's a man being an idiot, it is a different story. And obviously, children and animals and disabled people can't defend themselves. And I should be blind in both eyes. I shouldn't have a leg. I should have an extremely hunched back like this. All types of things. I have a scar from here down to here, like a 12-inch scar. And most of my right colon got taken out. So I shouldn't even be alive. I should have all these things, and I don't. And so I used to be in a wheelchair, crutches, cane, cast, everything. And so, uh, and I used to ride on the short bus. I totally forgot about that when I had my leg surgery. I had 18 pins in my leg to make my legs even. And so, and there was a little girl that had what I had in a Lizeroff, but she had it on her arm, a Mexican girl, and she was like 3, I was like 7, and she was too cute. I wish I would have kept up with her. We would always see each other in the doctor's office, and we hugged each other and was loving each other and was just having a little battle buddy. But I implore y'all, like, don't y'all understand that when you're dropping your children off at school and daycare and at your friend's house, that you're losing time with your child? Your sister, your aunt, or your sister, the auntie, that's not her child. God made it for you to bond with your child, woman and man, not your auntie, not the uncle, not your brother, not your sister. Not taking a village to raise a child, that's fine. Obviously, they're included. But I mean, the majority of the time, like, I would want my mom when I'm scared and sick and little, when I was little, always. I didn't want nobody else. That's wanted my mom. You know, that's how most children are. So why is she with your sister all the time? And then what happens is she ends up actually having a maternal bond with your sister, her aunt, more so than you. And then you get mad. But y'all be dropping them off everywhere because you got to work. But look how that's working out for y'all. These jobs don't care about y'all. They don't care about nobody. But you idolize and worship these jobs. And you love these jobs more than you love your own children. You put more faith in a daycare and random people that are probably weirdos than you do in your own husband or own wife to watch the children because y'all got in a fight. Well, maybe you shouldn't be dating people or sleeping with people that you don't believe are worthy of being a parent with you. Or maybe you should do what God says and stop lusting and hoeing around women and men and actually find a saved man and woman in Christ. Because a saved man and woman in Christ is not going to hoe around. Because they have the fear of the Lord in them, and plus they know that all it does is create more problems. If everybody did what the Lord told them to do every day, 24/7, 365, there wouldn't be a single problem in the world. But that's impossible because of Satan and because of sin. So, we have to repent, and that's how that operates. So, like, for example, I woke up and some random, she's not random, but I have a lot of different women that I met on different, like, basically, like, with different dating apps, and you get numbers in your text and you talk, like, just regular stuff, like, get to know each other, stuff here and there, just regular stuff, nothing, like, bad or nothing. But then you stop talking or things happen or your phone gets turned off or whatever. And then I'm the type of person, I have pictures and videos from like 15 years ago still in my phone and numbers. And I have too much, I got to take care of my cats and other things. I'm not worried about going through and deleting every single old thing that's in my phone, a number or pictures or whatever. I don't got time for all that. I'm a grown man. I got grown life happening. But this lady that was in my phone, talked to her like from years ago, and I was telling my sister, but she texted me and she said, "Hey, what's up?" And that's what I saw, and then I opened it, and she had very little clothing on, and I was like, "Oh, okay." That was my response, like, "Oh, okay." There ain't no lust involved there, or whatever, whatever. That's how you know that your the Lord's really changed your heart. Because the old me might have been like, "Oh, well, you know," meaning that I am on a pathway to find a woman of God. And that's how you know that you're the Lord's changing your heart because you're supposed to turn away from those things. So that's the story. This is a little longer than 5 minutes, but I just want to make like an intro. But I got my computers now. I'm about to get them set up here. I need to take a shower, but my sister's sleeping, so I'll wait. Got this, the dollar store. Why does my computer got to be called The Omen? It's like the movie The Omen. Like a bad omen. Omen doesn't mean, an omen can be a good or a bad thing. It's just people think of the movie The Omen as in like a bad thing. What's up, Nanny? What you doing, man? Oh, she left her some mayonnaise out. What you doing, son? Huh? Well, I sound just like my daddy. So my family says, they say, boy, you sound just like Mark, just like your daddy. And I've been doing better about being positive about the things my dad did. He did many good things. Because we can forgive, and I've forgiven everybody, but the stuff is still there that happened, right? So whenever you have those bad feelings or whatever, just feel them out, but don't let that turn back into unforgiveness. So, but this will be the first video, and I'll make a playlist for it, and then whatever the playlist name is I make, it'll be like the same title for everything. It'll just be like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. You want some water, Raider? Come here. You want some water? Come here. You want some water, baby? Come get some water. You need to drink something, bud. Come on, pup. Come here. Come here, Raider. You want some water? It's okay. Here. Raider. You want some water? Look. No, not pet. Get some water. You thirsty? Come on. It's okay. Get some water. There you go. Here. It's okay. Raider, you're not in trouble. Here, baby. Get some water. You want some water? Here. Get some water. Come on. You want some water? Come on, pup. You gotta drink something, buddy. No, it's not playtime. It's water time. You don't want none? Huh? You don't want none? Oh, you want me to pet you, don't you? Okay. You good baby. You good baby. Good baby. Yeah, Raider's 3 years old. He's a baby. And pup. Alright, guys. If you made it this far, you can follow me. And, oh, look. See, I told y'all. I know babies, don't I? I told you needed some water, little boy. Little knucklehead Fred. Look at you. Yeah, I think he thought he was in trouble. He's been going into cat's food, and I put it up on the counter. That's probably why he was hesitating. Look at Harley. She said, this guy, I'm watching you. He's okay, Harley. He's okay, Mama. He's a baby, too. He's little. Joker, we gotta get them eyes cleaned, Dino. Yep, so he's scavenging for cat food. Alright, guys. I got a lot of videos to upload, and I need to update the people that were, all the kind people that were helping from Facebook and the cat group. And, but yeah. I don't think you can see on the analytics how many people watch your parents. But if you're a parent, if you could leave a comment, I love your feedback. But, you know, you are supposed to be nurturing and raising your children. Other people shouldn't be doing that for you. And you should never be, and this goes for schools too, friends' houses, anywhere. So yeah, God bless y'all. Bye bye.